Okay, so that was a nice formula that we did to calculate how much you borrowed, and it was just subtraction. So you may be thinking that's lame. That was maybe more work to type out the formula than to actually just do the subtraction. But go with it. Now, over here, the monthly payment is this big, complicated, gross math equation to calculate how much you have to pay each month. But Google Sheets will do this for you. Now, and it's a little more complicated, but again, if you want to do any math, so sorry, make sure you're in the right spot with me. Make sure that you're in this cell right here. This cell is F2, so I've clicked on F2. Then I'm going to start by typing my equal sign because I don't want to actually type something. I want to inform the computer that he's going to do some math. So I'm going to say equals, and then I'm going to do a function, and this is a little weird. I want you to type in capital P, capital M, capital T. And that is a function that already exists in Google Sheets that will do payment calculations. Then I want you to do an open parenthesis, and we're going to type in 3 different things, which is a little crazy. So it starts out with PMT, and it needs 3 pieces of information to be able to come up with the actual answer. So it's just kind of like when you're calculating the area of a triangle, you got to tell me the base and the height. There's 2 things you have to give me to be able to do the calculations. The PMT function needs 3 pieces of information. Now you stay right there, don't move, but I'm going to show you it needs 3 things. First of all, it needs the monthly interest rate, which is a little weird because we normally talk about the annual interest rate, but it wants the monthly interest rate, a comma, the number of months you're going to be paying, a comma, and the principal, which is a fancy word for saying how much you borrowed. So monthly interest rate, number of months, principal. So back here I am equals PMT. I want the monthly interest rate. Now the weird thing is that we always talk in terms of the annual interest rate, so we're just going to take this and divide it by 12. So here I go. I'm right here. Your cursor is still blinking. I want the interest rate, but I don't want to type in 3.11. I want to talk about this thing by its name. His name is D2. So I'm going to say take whatever's in D2, divide that by 12. That sounds really crazy, but that's going to be the interest rate broken down per month, not per year. Comma. What did I want next? I want the monthly interest rate, the number of months. Well, the number of months that I'm going to be talking about would be this number here, but I don't want to type 60. I want to talk about it by its name. And then a comma, and you put commas to say you're moving to the next thing. So monthly interest rate, number of months, and then it wants the principal. It wants to know how much money you actually borrowed. Well, we calculated that. And again, I don't want to type it out. I want to call it by its name. Well, it's in cell. His name would be E2. So you should end up with a little function that looks like this. Equals PMT, parenthesis, D2 divided by 12, comma, C2, comma, E2. And if we put them all in the right spot, when I hit enter, it's going to show you this crazy thing. Now, it seems weird that it's a negative amount, but that's negative money to you because it's money that's coming out of your checking account, out of your bank account. Now, if you did everything right, you should see this number, about $450. Now, what I want you to do, just to show you how awesome this is, I want you to do that same little trick where you drag that down and it will calculate the same thing, how much you pay each month on this car that was $5,000 more. Make sure your numbers match up for me, and then you know that you're good. And then we'll come back and we'll finish this up with the total amount that we spent, which is a much easier calculation.